There have been many great quarterbacks in Tennessee's past. You can probably name quite a few, but how about UT's first quarterback? His family has quite the reputation.
Going My Way with Alan Williams. Brought to you by the Lawson Family Foundation, planting positive seeds for the future.
You remember Hendon Hooker, Josh Dobbs T Martin, Peyton Manning, Conridge Holloway, Bobby Scott, Dewey Warren, Johnny Butler, George Cafego, and Beattie Feathers. And this guy, many of us just call him Nico. But to find UT's first quarterback, you have to go back to 1891. It's the first year the Vols fielded a team. Peter Kearn was mayor. H.T. Hackney just opened for business. It was just a few years prior to Knoxville's downtown $1 million fire. In 1891, Tennessee was only coached by students, but it did have a quarterback, Howard Ijams.
Howard Ijams was the oldest son of Joseph and Mary Iams, and the Iams family came to Knoxville in 1866. Howard's father, Joseph, was renowned to be one of the greatest deaf and dumb teachers, as they were called back then, to come here, and he was hired by the trustees of the Tennessee School for the Deaf, or the Deaf and Dumb Asylum, upon what we know today as Summit Hill.
Yes, that Iams. His father, Harry, and wife Alice bought 20 acres of land along the Tennessee River in South Knoxville to raise their family. That area later became known as Iams Nature Center. As for Howard,
in the early 1890s, Howard was really proficient in athletics, and he was well known to be really talented on the horizontal bar. And even later in life, he was well known to be able to do these backward somersaults, these backflips from a standing position, and just taking his coat off and doing it in a room. But if you go back in the newspaper record, in November the 21st, 1891 is when UT football first played its first game away at Swanee down in Tennessee, near Chattanooga.
Howard stood just over 5 feet tall and weighed 110 pounds. His whole line averaged 130 pounds. They played one game in 91, mainly as an intramural team, losing to Swanee 24-0. In 1892, they were 2-5, beating Maryville in their first game. Howard went on to become a well-known physician, but in 1923, he met disaster.
He was out driving with another friend in an automobile on Lawson Street, was just off Magnolia Avenue, and he turned into Magnolia just as a streetcar was turning as well, and there was a really horrendous collision, a tragic collision, and Howard was killed.
Tennessee's first quarterback and renowned physician died March 7th, 1923, at the age of 49. He was laid to rest in Knoxville's Gray Cemetery. Going My Way, I'm Alan Williams.
Driven by the belief that every life has equal value, the Lawson Family Foundation strives to make a positive difference for East Tennesseans. This week, we honor Safe Families for Children, an organization that supports and strengthens families, preventing child abuse and neglect, and helping to reduce the number of children entering the welfare system. Safe Families for Children and the Lawson Family Foundation, sowing positive seeds for the future.